Here are this week's Pool Together community podcast highlights.
What we do is before you execute a transaction, we make sure that the price that you're going to get is 100% the best price. And we use things like aggregators. If you are familiar with 1inch, with Matcha, with Leaf Finance, we've integrated those guys and also centralized exchanges so that we'll give you the best possible execution for any trade. And the best thing is that all you have to do is in 3 clicks, you download our Chrome extension and it's ready to go out the box. So when you're on Uniswap, you can make sure that Caddi will pop up. If it finds you a better price, it will suggest, hey, you might not want to use this platform, and it will change either the contract call and you can select which one you actually want to execute through, or the centralized exchange if you want to put your API keys in the extension, which, by the way, we keep them non-custodially. We're going to be doing some stuff around MEV, protecting against front running most likely. And we're getting that set up as well, which, I mean, we could get into MEV. It's a whole crazy space over there. But that's another way which value is extracted from a lot of users currently.
So yeah, I would love to get into that, but can you walk us through like setting it up?
Yeah, so I mean, you can just operate with no CeFi, like no centralized exchanges. You just download it. Then everything in DeFi works out the box. So it's, alongside the extension, it should just pick up the trade when you execute it on chain on any DeFi front end, and then make sure that you're getting the best price. With centralized finance, we do enforce you to have a password, which is actually part of the encryption. It's actually the same way that MetaMask works. So yeah, that's kind of how it works.
Those tokens that you just swapped for would live in your Binance account, correct? Or does it also send it back to your wallet that you're interacting with right now?
Right now, our method is the tokens exist on the exchange. We don't allow people to withdraw and deposit just yet. So, audit is in the pipeline and we're making sure that the things are 100% secure. And then the goal is once we have that, then you can deposit to Binance, withdraw from Binance if you want, and we can create really cool experiences around this. So let's say if PoolTogether is running a specific pool, I don't know, maybe you have to own a token on a chain like Cello, and you have to own like USDC, but the Cello version, right? You can do that at the best price. Then we can do really cool things. I'm very excited about that.
What's the fees? Anytime there's abstraction or there's convenience, I feel like I'm going to get ripped off. And sometimes I don't even care because it's like so good. It's so convenient. But so what is Caddi's fees?
I will say that right now in the version that we have 0 fees. So, I'm not promising that this is going to last for a long time. But, the typical fee that we charge is 0.05%, which is half of the fee of Binance. So when Caddi quotes you a number, it will include the fee. And it's only if we save you money. So if you're just executing swaps and we can't save you any money, then we're not going to apply any fee. Your fee is, 0, and it's whatever the exchange that you're using.
I love that. Okay, so then back to my question that I'm pumped about is that with this new version of PoolTogether, you can do any token and any yield source permissionlessly. So anybody can create a PoolTogether vault. Some of these vaults are actually integrated within 1inch that you could swap directly into the vault. You don't need liquidity pool to swap into it. That means that at some point you can actually just swap into a PoolTogether prize vault. Like you can take ETH and you can swap it out for prize ETH, and it should always be 1-for-1 because PoolTogether is no loss. You always get back what you deposited in. You said there were some MEV secrets that you had, or some ideas that you had on how Caddi could integrate MEV, which is maximum extracted value.
So yes, Caddi right now, it doesn't help with MEV just yet, but we're forming some partnerships with people who can prevent normal traders when they're just trying to execute a swap from these MEV bots, which will basically just take your cash. So yeah, I mean, we're planning on integrating with some of these private RPCs, and there's kind of a very hot topic called intent-based trading right now, which it's kind of similar to CowSwap, where you post the trade up front and they can match trades peer-to-peer.
But I would also love to know the future of Caddi as well.
Yeah, we kind of see on-chain being very much the future. People are going to be transacting, whether they know it or not on-chain, and we want to be this financial layer, which makes sure that you're getting the absolute best price for things. Make sure that you're steering clear of all these hacks, scams, everything else, and that you have the most frictionless experience in navigating the whole of your portfolio. whether you want to use multiple wallets, centralized exchanges, integrate with your bank account, bridge across, tons of different chains. Caddi will be there to make sure you're saving money on every trade and keeping you protected from scams.
Thanks for listening. You can download the full episode of this week's Pool Together Community Podcast on your favorite podcast app.